that was a brutal holiday. Lots of food, and I ain't gonna lie, gained some weight back, but I want to try and get back on track again. Whew. I am hurting. Got a fortune cookie. This is the last fattening thing I'm going to eat. That's why I have this here. After this, I'm back on the program. So, I love fortune cookies. Problem is, can you believe it? Where I live, all the good food around here, I can't find a good Chinese restaurant. I cannot find a good Chinese restaurant. They suck. Anyone lives in Delaware County? If you know a really good Chinese restaurant, let me know, will you? Alright. Oh, the fortune in here. It says, "You are the biggest jackass we can find. Even in China, you would be the #1 douchebag." Thank you. Well, their fortune cookies ain't bad. Man. I'm going to do a video today about some gun issues. You know, you get a lot of PMs from different people, from new guys that just started getting into firearms. Us responsible, good firearm owners out here. I'm going to start saying that every video. And one guy is having a little issue with his AR. Now remember, I'm not a seasoned AR guy. I'm not a seasoned rifle guy. But I'll give you a demonstration what I would do before I actually took it to a gunsmith. And I'm going to go down the list of process of elimination. And one guy's having a problem with his, it's not a problem, it's a common thing, and I'm going to tell you why. The parabellum ornament rail for the AK-47, that beautiful friggin' thing, it is awesome. They make their dust cover, the steel's just a little thicker, the gauge is a little thicker, so when you put it on, the safety sometimes rubs on it a little bit, and it's hard to close. Real easy fix, man. Mine did the same thing, and it's a common thing with them. But it's such an easy fix. They don't look at it as an issue because anyone can fix it. I'll show you what I did there. The AR problem. The guy's bolt's not going back far enough to grab another round in chamber. To me, that sounds like gas pressure or some kind of resistance. So we're going to go through the motions, and like I said, this is what I do, and then if all fails, then I go to a guy that's a gunsmith, and it's beyond my, you know, it's beyond my knowledge, so you got to go to a gunsmith. But try all this first. Alright, let's start with the AR. Okay, this is my my pride and joy. And man, what the hell am I doing here? This particular rifle right here, to me, is very, very advanced. It's super reliable because of everything we did to it, all the modifications we made to it. It's just it's an awesome rifle. You name it, we did it to it. I'm not going to go down that list again because most of you know, and it'll take a long time. First thing you want to do, absolutely most importantly, is of course clear your firearm. Make sure there's nothing in it. Remove the magazine, of course. Basic common sense. Now the problem he's having, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate too much on this rifle. I'm just going to talk and point. The problem he's having, the bolt, when he fires a round down the barrel, the bolt comes back. It's not coming back far enough to grab another round in chamber. So what could be the problem? That could be a number of things, okay? First things first, let me, most important thing is you check the rifle, make it safe, okay? That's the first thing you do. The next thing you got to do is, you have to start with a clean rifle that's lubricated, okay, before you take it to the range and shoot it. Make sure it's clean and oiled. Very, very important, especially with ARs, because most ARs, like this has a nickel bolt on, nickel boron bolt carrier, fail zero, gas piston system. You know, this is extremely reliable. This ain't your typical AR, but even still, if I had a problem, I would make sure the rifle first was cleaned and oiled before I took it back to the range to give it a test. The next thing you definitely got to make sure of, do not use reloads when you're having a problem. Always use good factory ammunition. The good factory ammunition most of the time will be consistent brass consistent powder charges in the brass to give it that gas pressure so it operates correctly, right? That's very, very important. It's this whole thing, it operates on pressure. Pressure. That's what makes this work. So, you want to take a clean rifle to the range and lubed. You want to put good factory ammo in it. And if it continues to do it with 223 ammo, then this is what I do, okay? I would bring a box of 5.56. 5.56, don't listen to these people, this is a fact. 5.56 has a little bit more punch than 223. I've already been through this, and it's happened to me, okay? When we were testing Ron's rifle out, after we put the gas piston system in there, the 223 would not chamber our next round. It would go back, but it wouldn't chamber our next round. The 5.56, every time it did. Why? Little more gas pressure, it blew the charging handle, the bolt back further. It's because there was more pressure. Okay, so do that. Switch to, you know, or you could just start with 5.56. But I'm saying if you have 223 and it doesn't work, try some 5.56. And if it does work, that means there's some kind of problem. There's either you're not getting enough gas pressure, your gas block might be cocked. If your gas block is cocked, the hole might be partially blocked. If the hole was partially blocked, you cannot get correct gas flow pressure down the gas tube, and it won't operate your rifle. That could be, so you got to check that. Check your gas line. Take your hand guards off. Check out your gas line. Make sure it's not loose. Make sure the pin didn't pop out that holds it in. It might be twisted this way or that way. Once again, cutting off gas flow. Real simple things to check out. If that all checks out and your rifle's still failing, okay, check the buffer and the buffer tube. You never know. There might be something in there causing friction. From here back, there could be a problem. Maybe your bolt's rubbing, has a you know, an abnormal wear mark that looks more intense than anywhere else. There might be some kind of friction inside the top of the receiver, or maybe there might be something in your buffer tube. Check your buffer spring, check everything. That's everything that comes into play there. That's what anything that could stop that bolt from coming back, anything that's behind that bolt, check all the parts out. Take the buffer spring out and the buffer out and blow inside that buffer tube. Make sure there's no dirt in there. That could cause it. It doesn't take much to stop that bolt from coming back. You know what I'm saying? If there's any kind of resistance. So that's really all I can tell you. Like I said, I'm not a super seasoned AR guy. That's what I do. And if you won't do all that, clean the rifle, put it back together, give it a basic function check at home, make sure the eject's okay, use snap caps, go to the range, fire the rifle, and if it's still doing it, well, then I would say call a gun shop and drop it off at the gunsmith. But this may help you. You might find your own problem out and save yourself some money. But dude, that's really all I could tell you. That's all I can come up with that would cause that. There's a lot more. There's other AR-15 guys on the internet that have a lot more knowledge than I do, because that's like their specialty. That's all they do. They know ARs inside out. So, you know, you can go to them next if I can't help you. Another thing is what happened with Ron's rifle, if you guys remember that. When we put that Dave Tubb spring in there, Well, the Dave Tubbs spring is a little more had more resistance than the factory spring. It was a lot longer, and for some reason, Ron's AR would not run with that spring in there. And we checked everything. We checked the gas line, the gas block. We checked everything. Everything was checking out, and the only ammo it would work with that had enough pressure to work with that spring was the 5.56 millimeter. So that tells us there's a problem. So what we did was we took that Tubbs spring out, we put the regular spring back in, and it worked perfect with both kinds of ammo. Does that mean it was totally the spring? It might have not been. It might have been some of the spring, and his gas block still might not be quite right. But we got it working 100%. So it could be, sometimes you'll have a problem. It's just not one thing. It's a bunch of things kicking in a little bit. So that's, you know, when it's like that, you take it to a gunsmith. You need someone that has a good system that narrows things down one step at a time and can track the problem down. And so that's all I can tell you. All right, so that's pretty much it for the AR. That's all I can tell you what to do. But I want to shoot this with the aim point on here. This trigger's a lot more broken in than the other one because I put a lot more rounds through this than the Bushmaster. Okay, hold on, let me get the AK and show you what's going on with that. Alright, this is my Bulgarian Arsenal, and this is something I wanted ever since I got into the AK platform, and finally got one. So what I'm going to do is remove the magazine first. Okay. Check your chamber, make sure you're nice and clear. Man, this is a smooth operator right here. Alright, here's the deal. When you put these Parabellum ornament, which is this rail system, when you put these on, it comes with a rail. This is the rail. It starts up here. What you do is you take the leaf sight out, and then you put this in there, and then you put the pin in. That holds it in nice and tight. Then you have the rail system, okay, and it comes with this, and then it comes with their own dust cover. This is Parabellum's dust cover. This is not the Arsenal dust cover. Now their dust cover is just a little bit thicker than Arsenal's dust cover or your dust cover that's on there. So what happens is in this area right here, it's still doing it a little bit. This corner right here, when you push the thumb safety up, or the safety up, it hits right here. That's all. And see, mine works perfect, kind of like locks it in for me. So it's good. So all you have to do is just take the dust cover off, flip it over. Before you do that, do this a couple times like this. Do it like 20 times. Alright, then take the dust cover off. Flip it over. Look for the scratch mark. When you find the scratch mark, get a little file like this. Go right on top of the scratch mark in one direction. Just push up, and just take some off. That's all you're doing. Take it a little bit off. It just needs a little bit more room for the safety to get up under there. I'd say just do it like, I don't know, give it like 20 strokes in one direction. Okay, then test it. So mine works fine. And then you just had to remove a little bit of material. Now you don't want to remove the point. You want to remove the inside metal. You're just making this part thinner. So don't take the point off. Just go inside and make it slimmer inside so this can slide up behind it. That's all you're doing. Very, very simple. Damn, I almost choked to death. Okay, and then when you're done, get yourself one of these. And if you're a gun owner and you work on your guns, you have to have this kind of stuff. Where the hell is it? Are you serious? Is this it? Here it is. Flat black, Birchwood Casey, gun paint. It's black. When you're done with it, hit it with some of this. It'll dry and that'll protect the metal from getting any kind of rust because it was bare. And that's it. Very simple fix. Very, very simple. Like I said, dude, mine did the exact same thing. It was very simple.